So they had me come in at noon, and that way I work an 8-hour day. But I didn't find out until like 11 o'clock, so I only worked 4 hours that day. So I've just been working late, like an hour every day, just to make it up because it's easier than.
That sucks though.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Better than not having a job.
This is true. How's the hunt going?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I just feel like actual entry level work is really, really hard to come by here.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm just gonna keep applying for jobs until I run out of money.
No, I get it. Yeah.
All I can really do, I guess.
God, that's a scary feeling, though, I'm sure.
It is. But I mean, I guess at the end of the day, like, the worst thing that happens is I go back and get a job in Cleveland. Like, getting a job here trying to get a job here makes me kind of realize, like, how much easier I would be able to do it at home. Like, just because, like, my parents and, like, aunts and uncles would at least be able to, like, put me face to face with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, here, it's just all applications online. Like,
needle in a haystack kind of shit.
One day is like three interviews get scheduled or something because I haven't even had an interview in like a week.
Yeah.
So kind of sucks. And that job fell through. So like I was banking on that job to be able to get my own place, get out of here with Chris, but that's not going to happen. So I'm probably stuck here through at least March.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to go back to Cleveland for like a week in March just to kind of get out of Chris's hair for a second.
Sure, I get it. Give him some space.
Yeah, and he was gone this past weekend, but I just feel like he's just like ready to like, and like it's weird too because like we say that we're gonna get our own place together.
Yeah.
But, like I feel like he's like sick of having a roommate, kind of. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, it's a small space too, though, isn't it? Like if you get your own place, you'll get more space.
Right. Exactly. Like, and that will be sweet. Like I think that if we got that, but. We just have kind of differing ideologies. So it's like I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it here, but like it's kind of deciding like, do I want to even really get like this bullshit job that's like not advancing me in any way? You know what I mean? Like, and I want to do comedy and all that stuff too, but it's like I want to make money more than I want to do comedy.
You want to be able to live and provide some security first.
Make it so that like if I don't do comedy that I have a good job, like I have like a good career I can kind of go back to.
Sure.
So I'm just kind of figuring it out. I don't know. I feel like if I don't get anything in the next couple weeks, I might start just thinking about just heading back and
going from there. No, I get that.
That'd suck though. That'd be really chill.
I don't really know anyone who lives in California anymore. I mean, my cousin lives there, but he lives up in Sacramento. I think that's right. Really? I think that's right. I don't know for sure now. Maybe it's San Francisco. I can't remember. It's one of those S ones.
San Jose.
Yeah, one of those S ones.
It's just one of those places where, like, if you're rich, it's like it seems like a place that, like, and like I did know this before, but I sort of had like kind of like been like, well, I might as well try. But it's like it's kind of the place that I feel like you like are forced into moving to. Otherwise, it kind of is brutal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're coming here with a job and like everything's set, it's like probably so sick. And like, I'm sure I'll be changing my tune in like 6 months. But right now, it's just like, damn, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, beautiful place, wonderful town, and yet you're fucking struggling. I'm sure it's frustrating.
Stuck in like the most like concrete jungle portion of Los Angeles there is, like Koreatown, like. It's like north of Compton, but it's still central LA, like East LA.
Yeah.
It's just like not what I came here to do. Like,
sure.
So it's like if I don't know, I would like rather just live somewhere else if I was going to live in like a clustered city like this.
No, I get that.
So,
I don't know, man. I'll keep my ear to the ground. I don't. Let me look. I don't think. Oh, the lights just went out on me. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So there is, of course, my internet's being slow. I'll look into it. It's not working right now, but I'm pretty sure I gotta hold on. I have to walk around for a second. We have motion sense lights.
Yeah.
If I walk around, it'll. There we go. There's one, and there's the other one. Okay. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we've got. It's not coming up. I thought we had an office out there. Oh wait, it just did pop up. I know it still just says coming soon. Damn.
It's kind of ideal. Like
I know.
for like the time being, but if I can just find something like.
I'll ask around and figure out what the I'll ask tomorrow and figure out what the deal is with our LA services.
Yeah, because that'd be kind of sweet. Like get it on the ground level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like my buddy that I'm living with, like his parents are coming tomorrow from Cleveland, who I'm like pretty close with.
Mm-hmm.
Like his dad is kind of like just really rich and
sure
like has been like saying he knows people that he could put me in contact with, but hasn't. So kind of waiting on that.
Yeah.
So
hey, fingers crossed then. I mean, it could be the time that it all pays off.
Right. Exactly. So, and like the thing I'm coming to grips with is kind of like that I don't really want to like live here forever, mate. Like it just seems like a lot, like while my parents are still alive and stuff, to live 3 time zones away from them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I still feel like now that I'm here, I might as well get a job and like give it like a year of living here so that I can at least kind of have the experience.
Sure. I mean, you can go to like 10 bar and Uber some shit like that for 6 months.
Right. And then I can go back,
make some scratch. Yeah, you can make some scratch and make some memories at the very least.
Right. So it's like, while I still have some money, I'm gonna start applying for those types of jobs just because then I can just like, because like it's just ridiculously expensive. Like I just want to like, because Chris doesn't want to move from here like immediately, because honestly for a single it's not a terrible place.
Yeah.
But it's like I can't do $1,200 a month, and like my parents can't, like that's so much money my parents can't help me with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like that's like as much as their like house payment.
Sure.
So it's like it's tough. Sucks because I feel like guilty anytime I like do any of like the fun things I usually do.
No, I get
like,
it.
Yeah, time to play video games. I'm like, oh. Like time to, I don't know. But
anything.
That's
go
just
out.
Been nice, like not to do such a transparent segue, but it's like been nice because like at the end, like it just kind of gets to be like 4 o'clock here, and I'm like, all right, like shutting it down,
call it.
Around, like I guess I can like not feel that guilty anymore. I'm just gonna like watch this and just kind of forget that I need to apply for jobs.
No, I get that.
I've been watching a lot of hockey. This past week has sucked for sports, man. It's just been a depressing week.
It's been a down week for sure. After All-Star game and
this
football's
is the worst
over.
Week of the sports calendar, like they said on.
Oh, absolutely.
It's no question true.
Absolutely.
It's like even the NHL games, I feel like suck right now.
Hey, not if you're a Blues fan. Blues have been on a fucking tear.
They have.
Oh yeah, they've won 11 straight now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, franchise record.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of a sudden they're making some waves, which God knows if it'll actually. I mean, it won't pay off because even if they make the playoffs,
they made like a little run last year, didn't they?
No, they lose in the first round every year. They're the Kansas City Chiefs of the NHL.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, I feel like that is kind of true. Sadly, they had Wayne Gretzky. That's all I like. Those are the only things I ever think about is that they had Wayne Gretzky and they didn't win with him. Do people hate Wayne Gretzky? No,
not really. They've got. You see a ton of jerseys.
Yeah,
I think they've got a jersey in the rafters too. I don't think.
I feel like that illustrates what you just said. Extremely hardcore. That they lose in they're the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
they have Gretzky and they still can't get anywhere.
I
think the Cavs are about to come on.
Yeah, they are. They're playing the Suns, right?
Yeah.
God, I hope
they're
they
actually
lose.
Like worth watching, but
I hope they lose. I want them to get Zion.
Me too. Like
tank for Zion.
Seriously, and like it sucks. Well, like it's at least nice now because the Cavs have like traded all like now they just have a bunch of young random dudes.
Yeah,
like
they can build.
Dude, Marquise Chris, like he's only, I think they said he's like 22. It's like, dude, that guy's not like a for certain bust yet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
So I think if they get guys like him, we're probably like basically the only people that are actually still talking about the Cavs.
Yeah.
That is really a powerhouse matchup, 12-46 versus 11-48.
How about what's the how about the Tristan Thompson news? Speaking of the Cavs,
dude, I saw you saw that thing about how he's the top searched athlete of 2018.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, like
all you did was just fuck around and cheat on your wife.
I wanted so hard to believe that like the Kardashian curse, like, or like I knew it was real, but like I wanted so hard to believe that it just like wouldn't matter.
Oh yeah,
but like. It makes Tristan Thompson seem like such a fucking clown.
Oh yeah.
Like it just makes him seem like such a dipshit. Like I don't even like really know how to describe it. Like he's fine at basketball when he plays, but like now I just look at him and I'm like, dude, like you're such an idiot.
Yeah.
This whole thing is definitely, I feel like, a plant by the Kardashians, because like I feel like he cheated on her with like the girl that's like literally on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's like, what are the chances of that? I
don't know, man.
Like Kris Jenner at her finest.
It just I see it and I'm just like, well, I don't care, because I just like I don't expect anything else at this point.
And I don't expect him to be around that long, so I don't really.
No, I don't either.
It's not.
He's part of the old guard. Anymore. No, he's part of the old guard, and they're clearly moving towards a young transition and rebuilding.
Like, if they did keep him, I would be down, because like he is really useful and like a good team, I feel like.
Yeah.
Damn it! I just googled Tristan Thompson. I just contributed to him being the most Googled out
search.
He's 27. I mean, he's still got like a year and a half, but it's like his game is so like he needs to be able to like jump high and like fast. Or else he's like nothing, and like I feel like that game is gonna disappear immediately.
I think it's gonna be very quick. Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I don't really care, because like the Cavs aren't going to be good for another like 4 years. So it's like, again, like he's only worthwhile, I feel like, on like a really, really contributing team. So I feel like they'll get rid of him. Not like just I really, really had talked myself into that this Cavs team was going to be like respectable, that we were going to like maybe even win like a playoff round.
I thought we were going to make it. I was like, oh, we'll be like an 8 seed, 7 seed.
Like, dude, honestly, I thought we would do a little better. I was like,
I did too.
Dude, like, what teams in the East have a player as good as Kevin Love? It's like, dude, seriously, not many. But he was hurt, and just, I feel like the second the Cavs got him, I feel like he wasn't as good as he was in Minnesota.
Oh, well, that's just a fact, yeah.
That just sucks, man.
Once he got skinny, man, he lost his edge.
He did. It's like
he lost his edge.
It's like he just didn't rebound. Like, I don't know. Like, he just isn't down low anymore. Like, the dude had 30 rebounds in a game.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that dude should never, ever get below, like, 10 rebounds a game, and I think he is. But, like I said, at least they made those trades to get, like, Brandon Knight and Marquise Chris. That will at least make it so that, like, watching the games, you can be like, oh, Marquise Chris, maybe he's good for the future.
Yeah, maybe we got something cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do think if they manage to get Zion, the hype train will be back, which is half the battle.
Dude, I think battle get RJ Barrett or that Morant dude, they'll be good. I think those three are can't miss. And honestly, I think Cam Reddish too. I feel like those four are like good enough to rebuild your thing. It's just like I think we're guaranteed. If you have the worst record in the NBA,
you're guaranteed to get one of them.
But they changed it. They changed like the odds.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Well, I think they made it easier for.
Had 25%.
Yeah.
And now I think it's the top 4 teams each have 14%. The same.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it's like, I should have a feeling Zion's going to go to the Knicks, man. I don't know why.
God, I hope not.
I do too, but I should have a terrible feeling he will. Just seems like the stars are aligning for them.
You think he'll play again this year?
Yeah, because they said I think they just announced on ESPN.
Really?
He's only day to day. Yeah.
Did you see the video of his shoe just like ceasing to exist?
So great. I still can't figure out, is that a Kyrie?
I have no idea what kind of shoe it is. I can't tell.
Looks like
it literally just disintegrates. Like it just opens up into nothingness.
I know. Like Bill Simmons said, like the most Bo Jackson shit ever. It's like so true.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy.
Did you see the video of Obama? Like it became a GIF where he realizes his shoe's broken. He's like behind Coach K, and he's like you can see him mouth. You're like, oh, his shoe broke.
Oh no! Funny.
Yeah,
that's great.
And there's a bunch of pictures of him like talking to some ESPN analyst who's like this total smoke show, and they're like, everyone's like, Obama about to risk it all.
That's great.
It's just funny.
You just have to like his outfit too is just so respectable.
I miss the man. I love him and I miss him. He's so cool.
Like part of the everyday discussion.
I just like hearing about him. He's just so cool. I
agree.
I want to be cool like him one day.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Definitely. Like, wish I was cool enough to go talk up the ESPN anchor.
Right.
Whatever that girl's name is, she's so hot.
Yeah, my dad is hitched his train to the Bucks now this year. He's like, I want the Bucks to win. I'm like, why? He's like, I just do. Well, that's just crazy, but okay,
yeah,
fine.
All right,
whatever.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
that's how we're doing.
Like in the NBA this year, it's like I almost don't care who wins.
I don't really care, honestly.
I care about the NBA this year, but like at the same time, it's turning into a very not likable league.
I'm more interested to just see where all the pieces fall after everything this year than I am to see who wins.
That has entitled players to become just pieces of shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like it has just entitled them to just like every single player in the league is constantly like, oh, where can I kind of like go? Like, what's like the next piece of my like legacy? It's like, dude, like if you just win titles, like that will be your legacy. You know what I mean? Like, dude, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wasn't like that's not like an old man.
Yeah,
he wasn't like sitting there like, you know what? Like, what's best for my legacy? It's like, dude, like, yes, he ended up going to the Lakers, but like, he went to the Lakers because it was Los Angeles. Like, he wanted to go to a Muslim city, all that stuff. Like,
yeah,
like there was like reasons that people left, and now it's just like, like Jimmy Butler, like he's like, I just want to go to a winning culture or whatever. It's like, dude, like you don't even know what that is.
You just want to half-ass it and take credit for everything.
Yeah, and like just like you like have like a lot of these players looked up to Kobe, and so like they decided that like being a leader is like being a just piece of shit teammate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and you just kind of look at and like his mentality just pervades the NBA. Where it's like, oh, you know, like if you don't care all about championships, then get the fuck out of the way.
You're a bad player. Yeah.
And like they think that like that's cool to say, so they all say it, but they don't even actually believe it. You know what I mean? It's like the player or like where Jimmy Butler like said that he would get traded. It's like he ended up getting traded to Philadelphia, but it's like the teams he actually wanted to go to were like and like that he publicized he wanted to go to were like the Clippers and the Knicks. It's like really you're like gonna go to those teams and like start like a winning culture there. Like you're going to be the guy.
You're going to be the guy. Yeah, seriously.
And like that, it's just like everybody is unhappy in the NBA. It's just so pathetic. And like it's just getting. Like I'm all about player empowerment and all that stuff, and I still do love the off court stuff, and I love watching basketball. It's just like getting to be like, all right, these players are just all kind of just so in it for themselves only that it's just. Like, what's the point of even watching it anymore?
I don't disagree. I do think like I think people should get their money. Everyone should be paid what they're worth, and I have no problem. Like that's just
definitely
whatever. That's their business. Like and this is America. Like they should be able to go and sell themselves. But just the publicity around all of it is like it reminds like I don't know. It was such a bummer. I remember when Tony left. It was like so heartbreaking. It was a different sport, but like. I feel like it was a different time. Like the decisions to leave were harder on people. Now it's just like, oh, who can make the biggest splash? Who can get the flashiest headline? Who can get the biggest contract? It's just gamesmanship,
one-upsmanship. At least in the NBA, That's really all that matters. Is like if you're only getting one contract offer, that's more than all the other contract offers, then it's like, oh, okay, like makes sense why you went to that team. Like Jim told me, it's like everyone was pissed that he left, but he left to get paid more. You know what I mean? It's like, fine, that's totally understandable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, to do it because, like, I feel like NBA players are like willing to sacrifice money to like make like a splash on Twitter.
Sure, absolutely.
And like that, like, just so transparent and weird. Just like, I don't know. It's just getting very tiresome. And like, I want to love it. Like, while LeBron was on the Cavs, the NBA was my favorite league. But now that Baker has arrived, I'm definitely It sucks too, because I literally just look like before last season started, I was like, yeah, I like football, like it's great, but like I don't even have that much to look forward to. Like I just kind of like basketball more. I look forward to it more. And now it's like every single time I see like a promotional post by the Browns, I'm like pissed. I'm like,
I need it.
Start.
I need it. Like I will say, I am getting pretty hyped for Tribe season. I'm getting jacked up, which is probably bad because I'm gonna get hurt again, like I do every year.
I'm jacked down for Tribe season, man.
Really, really
jacked down, big time.
I just Trevor Bauer's dating tips.
I have like so little like. That's my problem, is that now after the team has choked, like there's almost like nobody on the team that I like can recognize to like root for. It's like, dude, like Trevor Bauer, he's good, but he's a loser. And like,
yeah, he's an asshole.
I like would like kind of rather like, obviously I would rather us win a World Series, but like if we could figure out any way of doing that without Trevor Bauer, that would be sweet.
Well, if we don't do it this year, we're gonna have to. I guarantee you, he will not be part of the team in a year.
If we don't do it this year, we should just start building a new team. Like
I agree.
We're pretty much doing that already. But like, if I was the Indians, I would have just like literally just been like, "Fuck it, this year we're going with Jose." Like, we're going with Jose and Frankie and Clevenger and Carrasco, and traded both Bauer and Kluber, and just been like, maybe Carrasco and Clevenger are good enough. And like, dude, if Carrasco is our number one pitcher and Clevenger is our number two, and we just kind of filled it in from there, like with Frankie and Jose as our two best players, like I still feel like we could probably win the division. Our division is so bad.
Our division's very bad. Well, that's the thing. Like I see all these tweets, like everyone's like, "Oh, best rotation in baseball, best rotation in baseball." It's like, okay, on paper, sure, you can make that argument, but anyone who has watched Corey Kluber pitch over the last 4 years knows he doesn't do shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer is inconsistent. He gets hurt and shoots his mouth off and has really bad outings. Trevor Bauer is either lights out or he is garbage. He either strikes everyone out or he's given up 2 home runs in a half inning.
Yeah.
Like there's no middle ground, and I think everyone else is pretty solid, honestly, on the rotation. But Clevenger, those are our 2 main guys.
Also has heinous outings sometimes.
True. I think Clevenger's legit, though. I'm looking forward to watching him grow more.
I feel like
Carrasco,
unheralded beast.
Sure.
He never cheeses it that hard. Get you 5 in 99.9% of his outings. He'll get you 5 innings. Like, I've got to say that actually talking about the actual baseball games is making me a little bit more pumped to watch baseball. Just this conversation alone is maybe like, all right.
Well, this is how it'll be because it's baseball and it's so goddamn long. I'm going to be super amped for the beginning of the season.
Right.
Like the first 30, 40 games, I'll watch probably like 70% of them, 75% of them, and then the middle of the season will kind of hit, and I'll be like, all right, well, I can check back in like 2-3 months.
Right, exactly. It's like
pick this up at All-Star game time.
Like I'll pick up I'll follow the Indians game after that. You know what I mean? Like
I will say, like, I follow that team because I have the app on my phone. That's how I watch all my games. So I get notifications constantly when it's baseball season about score. Like I always know if the Indians won or not. I will know if they win every single game or if they lost, unless my phone is dead for some reason. Like that's the only way I at least get scores.
Like that is what's nice about the extra, whatever that thing at bat or whatever it's called.
At bat, yeah.
Is that like it does just kind of like keep you engaged, like
oh yeah,
and like it does, like you said, like watch 70% of the first 30 to 40 games, and then pretty much until the season ends, I just like follow the game on my phone and like kind of see what's going on, and then if I deem it worth watching, I'll start watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the ones that actually I end up watching are not many.
No. I get into it at the beginning of the year. I have a soft spot for the Tribe, like even more so than the Browns and the Cavs, because it just reminds me of home and childhood and definitely. It was the good team that we had when we were young. It was the only good team we had when we were young. So I made a connection there.
How I feel too. It's like it's impossible to say, but the Browns and the Indians winning a championship, I feel like I like legitimately could not choose one or the other.
It's very hard. It used to be easier when the Browns were bad. I mean, they're not. Let's not say that they're good. We have Baker and things are looking up. But when the Browns were like bad, I was like, oh, I'd rather have a World Series easily, because I was like, the Browns, it seems like such a crapshoot. You know, they're going to be bad for forever. But now that they're like looking up, like both teams are decent, it is hard to say. Like, I don't know. My dad asked me the other day, he's like, if you could only have one in your entire life, you can see one World Series championship or one Super Bowl, what would you pick?
Mine would be Super Bowl.
I mean, that's exactly what I said. Mine would be Super Bowl as well. If I could only see one, I pick seeing the Super Bowl.
Definitely.
But saying which I would rather have, like if I have the potential to see both, which I would rather have for, like, I don't know. But if I can only pick one, it's the Super Bowl, because you can talk more shit. The hype is bigger, you know, like, I just don't know.
Honestly would want, like, it's so tough. I've always thought, like, and this is such like a cart before the horse discussion, but it's like, if I was rich at the time, it's like, would I go to the Super Bowl if the Browns were in it, or would I go to Cleveland for the Super Bowl? Kind of think
absolutely. Yeah.
It'd be sweet to go to the game, but like
it might be more fun to riot in those streets.
Right. It's like, dude, like I don't wanna, like I can't. The best part of the Cavs winning the championship to me was like rioting.
You were there. Yeah, you were in the shit.
Yeah, like I loved it, but like it was so weird, like watching the Super Bowl with this kid who was a Patriots fan. He's from New Hampshire, like Patriots fan. Watching him like go crazy alone when the Patriots won the Super Bowl, it's like, dude, I like can't imagine that.
You're missing. Yeah, you're missing out.
Like at least like in college, like I was like like if it was a big Cleveland game, I would just go to a bar and it would be all Cleveland kids there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
God, that must have been nice.
Yeah. Well, it was, like, except for Game 7 of the World Series, where I nearly had to be escorted out of
See, you got to be around the Cleveland fans. I was literally in a house surrounded by Cubs fans when that happened.
Same with my friend Chris. Thing I say to him is that, like, I don't know but what you guys were like, but it's like, dude, I like wouldn't have had a sense of humor with them.
Like, no, I didn't. I can tell you exactly.
Like, you come up to me and try and talk shit, then we will get in a fight. Like
I had been drinking naturally, and I remember. So it was raining in Columbia at the time. So the cable was going out in the house we were on. So we pulled up a stream as like backup, and we're watching the stream, and it was God, I don't remember at what point we started watching the stream, but it was right before. I remember Rajay coming up to bat, and I look at my buddy. I'm standing kind of in this kitchen area, and he's standing behind me, and I just like look at him, and we make eye contact, and we're like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like I had a feeling. I'm not kidding. I felt it. I was like, something here is going to be like, something's about to happen. I look at my buddy. He's like, oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And the next fucking pitch, just dunk, home run. And I'm flipping out. He's flipping out. He's a Cardinals fan, so he's kind of on the bandwagon with me. And I'm like, if I once again think we're going to win the World Series, like we've got to we're back in this. And then when we lost, dude, I remember I was my buddy who was celebrating with me was on our side, was outside smoking, and my girlfriend was out talking to him, like kind of in the basement by where we parked our cars in their back lot. And the ground ball gets hit, And I mean, I knew instantly off the bat. So I was like down, like praying, watching, and I saw it, and I just got up and I walked out. And by the time I reached the door, they were all like yelling and like, yeah, fuck yeah, like screaming and stuff. And I just walked outside and I was like, Sarah, we're leaving. And they're like, what happened? I'm like, we're leaving now. Like, I can't talk. Like, we're going home. I'm going to bed. Like right now.
That's like the type of night too where like you go to bed and you're like, all right, like you're laying in your bed. At least this is how it is for me. You're like, all right, you're not actually about to cry about a sporting event, are you? Like, don't. Like,
don't do it. I don't remember if I cried. I probably shed a tear or two. I'll be honest. I
cried after the 5th inning when we were down 5-0, and my friend had like basically like escort me out of the B-dubs because I was screaming in anger so loudly. And I just remember getting back and just taking all my shit off in my room. Like, it was like the 5th inning. Like, I just had given up on the game pretty much. I was like, fuck this team. Like, took all my Corey Kluber shit off. Like, and then I remember like, oh, we scored 2 runs. Sweet. Nice. And then I watched it from there. Like, but like when we were down 5-0, I had pretty much no intentions of turning the game back on at all.
Sure.
Not a very true fan. Not a very.
It still pains me to this day to think about that game.
Like, dude,
that's serious.
We said it afterwards, but that game,
that was it. Dude. That's what I think too. That was our chance.
It's like that was dude. Chance, no question about it. Like,
I remember going up. I remember going up 3-1, and I remember watching the game when we were up 3-1. And I remember specifically I was leaving the same house I watched the last game at because I didn't have cable at the time. And I was driving back to my apartment, and I stopped to get Taco Bell on the way back. And I remember sitting in the Taco Bell drive-thru listening to Terry Francona's press conference after the game. I was like, we're about to win the fucking World Series in 2 days. Like, in 2 days.
Yeah,
we're gonna win the fucking World Series. Totally. Like, what's happening?
And
this
like,
is crazy.
I was like, confident too. Like, I wasn't
even same.
Like, we could like fuck this up. It was like, dude, I went to a watch party at Progressive Field in the fucking freezing cold because I was absolutely positive that we were gonna win. Like,
oh yeah,
lost it, and then I just didn't have the heart to go to any more watch parties after that.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
Oh God, I just want them to win. Like, can they just win?
And that's
I will say, I probably had more of a negative reaction when we lost the next year to the Yankees than when we lost the World Series.
Oh yeah,
like the Yankees stung way more because we were a better team that year. That's what did we win 102 games? We went on the.
Who did we lose to? Was that last season?
No, last season we lost to Houston.
Yeah.
We lost to the Yankees before.
The New York season was actually more infuriating. And so Corey Kluber's Game 7, that series against the Yankees, and his outings against the Astros make it so that I fucking hate him.
Same.
Like, but I do not root for him. Like, I want the Indians to win when he pitches, and like I'm happy that he'll like deliver us wins. But like, I would not be like excited to meet him. I would like see him and I would just be like, fuck you, dude.
You blew it.
You blew it. You do suck. And like, fuck your Cy Youngs. Don't give a shit about those. Fuck you. I hate you.
I want that series, man. That year was painful too because we had that win streak. What was it, like 22 games? 26 games? Yeah, which was a wild ride. I remember watching all those games. Like, I remember watching those games with all my friends, and it was like the playoffs every single night.
Definitely.
Like, we were like, oh, is tonight going to be the night?
Off like 2 games in a row for 25 and 26.
Yeah, and I remember watching those, and we were down. I think we were down in 25, and I was like, well, it was a good run while it happened. Accepting it, and then they come back, and I was like, fuck it, we're never going to lose again.
Totally.
Like, team of destiny.
And like,
then
I was even kind of like so hard. People are like, you're peaking too early. It's like, fuck that. This team is so good.
Yeah, same.
It's, like,
it's the same thing my friends were telling me. I was like, no way. We're primed. We got it. Nope. We busted that nut too quick.
I really do just think that is like pretty much the worst instinct that you can have as a Cavs or as a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what made the Cavs winning the title so crazy is that like until the buzzer sounded,
I didn't believe it was going to happen.
Positive that we were going to lose.
I remember when that happened. I was with my dad, and my dad, there's like, I don't know, maybe a minute left, 45 seconds left, and he's like, "We're gonna maybe not that much. I don't remember." He's like, "We're gonna win." I was like, "Don't say that." And then I like looked at the clock and I was like, "Oh shit, we are gonna win! Like this is about to happen. Like
totally.
what? What's going on?"
I'm not even kidding. That it really like, especially with that Warriors team,
mm-hmm.
that like they could be down. Like it literally was like the amount of seconds left in the game was the amount of points that they could make up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they weren't all the way out of the game until they were down 10 with 9 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah.
Like they're just, and the thing that I say about that Cavs team is that I truly believe that the better team won the NBA championship that year.
No, I agree.
Like, that's why Kevin Durant's like, dude, he just fucked it so bad. Like, and like he's probably like music to Warriors and like Kevin Durant fans' ears, but it's like, dude, I really think that we like broke them that series. And if they wouldn't have gotten Durant, LeBron was so hardcore in their head that
they would have been primed to make some runs.
Like, dude, I think we would have won again the next year. Like, and just like, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, dude, if Durant doesn't come, like Kyrie is probably still on the Lakers, like, or I mean, still on the Cavs. Like, I'm telling you though, I think I was saying this last time before it cut out. If Kyrie goes to the Lakers,
mm-hmm.
and I'm a huge LeBron fan, like he's my favorite athlete ever.
Mm-hmm.
If Kyrie signs with the Lakers, I do not like LeBron. I am like as anti-LeBron as like Big Cat. Like,
sure.
If those two dudes couldn't, or it was like, it's more like they wouldn't try and make it be like work at all in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Then it's
they just
like,
want it. Yeah.
You guys just
it's
hate
a big
Cleveland.
Fuck you to us.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like LeBron, you can act like you love Cleveland, but it's bullshit. It's all for fucking show. And like, I'm fine with that. Like, really, like, I'm
whatever.
fine with
yeah.
the job he's done of at least making it seem like he cares about Cleveland and Akron. But it's going to get to a point if Kyrie goes there where I'm just going to start going back through LeBron's career and being like, all right, like,
shady.
Where were you a fake-ass dude that I just ignored it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seemed like you were fake crying after we won the NBA championship and that, like, your reaction was, like, really staged. But, like, I don't really care because I like you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like,
and we won.
If I start hating him, I'm going to start relitigating a lot of those things. I'm going to start coming back around to being like, oh, yeah, this dude is just a fucking fake-ass dude, shit teammate asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
trying to boost his Twitters and get a legacy.
Right, exactly. And like he knows that like loving the city of Cleveland or whatever. Like, you know what, he does a lot of great charity work and like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like it just seems like he doesn't actually give a shit about Cleveland. And like I said, it's just gonna like if I
dig all that up.
The more and more I start hating LeBron, the more and more the hate will flow. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Because I'm just kind of lying to myself right now. Like
sure.
Right now, I'm pretty much just kind of being like, well, he's an asshole, but he's kind of like my asshole.
Yeah.
Whatever. But that's just going to be a step too far. I'm going to hate the Lakers. And like, honestly, this year I'm rooting for the Lakers. Like, I like want the Lakers to win the title. But like,
I don't know if I want them to win the title, but I want them to make it. I would love them to knock Golden State out. That'd be awesome.
Me too. It's like if they're going to do that, then they might as well win the title. Like,
that's true. That's a good point.
All LeBron winning by himself and the Lakers will do is like boost his legacy with the Cavs, kind of. I feel like because then like you can kind of just be like, well, like we had the go, like, and that is what is still kind of important to me at the end of the day is to kind of be able to say that. But like, if it just gets to be like we had the GOAT and this fucking scumbag, then I'm just gonna think fucking scumbag first.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
All right, man. Well, my computer's about to die, and my charger is all the way in the other room. I don't really want to get it because it's 6:15. What's your weekend look like?
My buddy's parents are going to be in town, so I'll probably just be putzing around like with them a lot.
Okay.
But
If you want to do something, I gotta work Saturday from 1 until like midnight, and then I don't have anything Sunday. So if you want to do something Saturday morning or Sunday anytime, you let me know. I'd be down to get another one in.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I would say the thing that would probably make sense is for us to aim for Monday night, because then we can
okay.
have a weekend of sports to talk about and have the Oscars on Sunday night too.
That is true. I keep forgetting that the Oscars are Sunday.
So I watched Star is Born last night. Pretty good.
Is it the first time you've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
It's what I thought it was going to be. It was a very self-serious movie.
Mm-hmm.
The music was pretty good. There were some definitely lame songs. It was good. It wasn't as good as like I thought it would be. Like, I was kind of expecting to like come away from it being like, God damn it, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
But instead I was kind of like, you know what? Like, I kind of had like tempered my expectations perfectly. Like, I had moved from like absolutely hating it before I saw it to like being like, all right, it's probably pretty good, so I might as well not like think about it like that.
Yeah.
I met those expectations perfectly.
Have you watched Roma yet?
No. I'm going to see that tomorrow at this like little ass like vintage theater.
Yeah. I was gonna say I feel like I gotta watch that before the Oscars because that's my pick to clean up. I think it's gonna win Best Picture. I hope it does. I would love it if a Netflix movie won Best Picture. Love it.
Do you
I
have
think
like
it's
a nice
good for the movie.
like sound and like do you just have like a good setup for watching movies at home?
Yeah, we've got my dad got it for Christmas. It's this kick-ass like sound bar.
Oh, nice.
It's got its own subwoofer with it.
Oh, nice.
And then it's got like
Roma on Netflix.
Yeah, it's got its own thing for speech and stuff too, so like you can boost the like dialogue and stuff, which is awesome.
Other than like going to see it on a slightly bigger screen, like what's the difference really going to be?
Yeah, I don't know of any place that shows it here, but I also live in Missouri, so
yeah. Like, I mean, it's like maybe playing at like Regal or AMC right now, just because it's like right before the Oscars. But if I had a sound bar, I would watch it here. I've just heard the sound in it is really, really good, and I'd like. My friend saw it in theaters and said it was kind of like worth seeing in theaters because of the sound.
Oh, I'm sure.
I feel like if you,
I generally like to see movies in the theater more, but
me too.
Seeing it's a Netflix movie.
At our age, it's kind of tough to like rationalize going to see a movie in theaters and paying to see it when you.
That's why I got that Stubs, man. I got AMC Stubs, although I haven't been using it.
If I move a little bit west, I'm getting AMC Stubs. That will like literally be my first investment. There's this AMC.
So awesome.
There's like an AMC 16 here.
Nice.
Like 16 theaters, and it's like so sweet.
Nice.
That'd be my first investment. So.
Yeah, the Stubs is awesome. I signed up for whatever it's like $16 a month, or it's like 20, and 20 you get like gold, which means you get like extra discounts and you get your own separate line at the cash register and stuff, which is tight.
Yeah. That's it. That's sweet. That's the one you have?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
$20 a month. I go see 2 movies, then it pays for itself.
Yeah, definitely.
So
that's
might
sick.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. Let's just I'll just get in touch with you like Sunday night. We can just kind of
sounds good.
Just kind of text throughout the Oscars or something and figure out what we'll do Monday night.
For sure. All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Peace out, man.
Talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.